My name's Rita Arrigo, and I'm a wife, a mother, a chef, a gardener, a mixologist, but ultimately a human. And I started my career in technology 30 years ago as one of 3 girls studying engineering and computing at Monash University. That girl could not imagine that I'd be here at TEDx doing this talk as the world is ushering in AI. Sorry. And I can tell you my professors could not imagine the importance of women in AI and technology as it is today. So, as a technologist, my first job was helping the typing pool move from typewriters to PCs. And this was so exciting. But then I moved into sales and I really learned about technology. I learned where it was failing, where it was working. I learned about that sales was really about where we are today. And I was more obsessed with emerging technology. And that girl came out to my friends and family as a futurist. And so we started to sense things like the smart piazza. In 1995, we launched Australia's first internet cafe. It was the dawn of something incredible. I'm going to talk to you about that a bit later. But it was really around understanding the fact that we didn't know anything about the internet, but we were prepared to learn about it. And today I work for the National AI Centre. And I am blown away by the curiosity of Australians in wanting to work with the latest technology. But I'm also aware that there is a lot of fear. And today I'm going to talk to you about what really matters in the age of AI. Let's start with the Internet Cafe. The Cyber Cafe is now recreated at the National Communications Museum in Hawthorn here in Melbourne. It's a museum that's devoted to the idea of humanity and technology and dealing with that connection. And it's really amazing to go in there because it's a time capsule. You go in there and you see the old fat computers and you see what the internet used to look like without advertising. There was no social media. And you're like really imagining what was going on. But that's something for you to go and check out. But imagine back in 1995 when we had people come to the Internet Cafe and it was the first time they'd seen the World Wide Web. We taught them how to send their first email. We showed them all about the new things they could find on the web, and their world lit up. And a lot of the fears was okay because we did it together in a cafe with coffee. And I think what matters today in the age of AI is very much about being able to build that. And today I'm going to share with you 3 things. We're going to talk about responsible AI. I'm going to tell you a story about where it comes from, why it's important, why it's going to make our lives better with AI. I'm going to talk about having to play with AI, get into it, have a go at it, how you can get playful with it. I'm going to give you some ideas. And I'm going to close talking a little bit about being curious and really taking on this ambition of being able to look at AI as something that can really better our societies and how we could go about using that to improve our lives. So let's start with responsible AI. It was 2018 and I was working at Microsoft as a chief digital advisor. That young girl also couldn't have believed that. And I was hanging around with all these people who were looking at computer vision, and we were trying to figure out what to do with it to make lives better for people. And I was involved in a Microsoft innovation hackathon, and we developed this thing called Seeing AI. It allowed the low-sighted to be able to understand who was in the room, understand the gender, the age, the emotion of people. It helped them to count money, read barcodes, and basically have a much better experience as a low-sighted person. And this scrappy prototype became the lifeline for millions of people around the world. But then in 2022, something else happened. This same software was being made available to a range of different organisations, including law enforcement. And there was a mishap. There was a miscalculation, and it ended up being in arrests that were wrong. And the people that suffered the most were the people of colour. And this is when Microsoft completely changed direction and put all its facial recognition and emotion detection software behind a guardrail, a responsible AI standard, a guardrail, which would allow people to be able to explain why they were going to use it and protect us from these challenges. So that's a little bit about responsible AI. And I think it's one of those new sciences that we all need to learn how to use. And I'm going to give you an example. So just a couple of weeks ago, I was lucky enough to be cloned. And I'm going to introduce you to my digital twin. She kind of looks like that upstairs. And she has been trained on all my articles, all my blog posts, all my LinkedIns, all my YouTube. And she has got responsible AI guardrails. She has got governance. I can always check out what's going on. She's got reliability and accuracy, because I'm always going in and checking her back end. Just last week, I was looking at who was calling her, and I could see if the answers were right. She's also got different types of safety features around her that are all part of the guardrails of responsible AI. But who wants to meet my digital agent? Who's ready? All right. We're going to give her a call. Let's see.
Hi, I'm Rita's virtual AI assistant. Think of me as Rita 2.0. I reflect her work, ideas and vision in AI, responsible innovation and the future of work. Before we dive in, what is your name and what should we discuss?
Hey Rita, my name is Rita and I want to tell you I want you to tell me a bit about AI in health. Can you help out?
Warmly, it's wonderful to meet you, Rita. I'm excited to discuss the role of AI in healthcare with you. As an AI thought leader, I've been deeply involved in exploring how this transformative technology can enhance and empower the medical field. Let me share a few key insights. One of the most promising applications of AI in healthcare is in medical imaging and diagnostics. AI-powered computer vision systems.
Anyway, you get the message. She can answer all your questions, and I think it's spectacular because I can only take so many calls. But it also means that, this agentic world is coming. And the other thing that I think was really important about understanding responsible AI is that she's a bot. She's very clearly tells you she's a bot. She doesn't say she's real. Everything that she accesses, she provides provenance, so she can tell you where she got the information from. You can check it. So there's a whole lot of responsible AI guardrails around the design of Ask Rita. So let's talk about where we are today. So I reckon at the moment, being a futurist, coming out, we're in phase one. We're all about efficiency and productivity. AI is really having a massive impact for us at work. It's helping us summarize. It's helping us code. It's helping us take notes. It's really making our lives at work a lot more fun and taking away some of the dull jobs. But the next phase, Horizon 2, is coming. And Horizon 2 is going to be about agentic AI that can act, that can collaborate, it can do things, it can plan. We've already started to see it demoed, but it's going to accelerate a lot faster. And Horizon 3 is coming up next, and that's physical intelligence, where AI becomes embodied, and we will have robots that can act and see and perceive and understand the world. About 2 months ago, Fei Li, the grandmother of the internet, has started to build large world models, which are different to large language models. And these large world models will allow us to understand where we are and perceive in 3D. So it is really real that very soon AI is going to walk amongst us. And as AI walks amongst us, what really matters about AI is knowing that AI is not your friend. You are the boss. And this is one of the most important things, because when we start to anthropomorphize AI, we get confused. We overtrust it. And this is really important, that we maintain the differences between AI being a person or AI being a tool. Because AI really is a power tool. And using AI in this way can really help us. And it can help us to look at the world differently, not from exploitation, but from a new way of being able to regenerate and rejuvenate the world. And I think it can really help us with our climate and be able to reduce floods and improve our biodiversity and dramatically help us with our weather patterns and our soil and our irrigation and all those complex things we have in climate, all the way through to health. Like you heard what Ask Rita has to say about health. It's going to help us with better diagnosis. We have AlphaFold that's going to help us with longevity. It's going to help us with drug discovery. It's going to help us to understand a lot more things about the human body and help us with our lifespan, through to our work, where we can find new ways to look at work in a safe way and to democratize the way we look after the dignity of work. And finally, in our culture, where we get to democratize our creativity and do it with provenance and do it in a community. So I believe that AI does have this possibility to rejuvenate. And I wanted to mention one last thing that I think is really important to play with AI. So here's some ideas for playing with AI. Just start debating with it. Use different types of AI. Have a look at Notebook LLM. Create your own podcast. I love Leonardo.ai, because what Leonardo.ai, which is a famous Australian AI invention, it's actually one of the first companies in Australia to create their own large model. And you can generate pictures and videos. And I use it a lot in my presentations when I'm allowed to use PowerPoint. And I make these amazing pictures. And I customize my presentations, and it's super fun. You can also have a go at things like checking out the National AI Centre event calendar. Go to an AI event. There's one every day somewhere. You can go to an AI hackathon. You can visit the National Communications Museum. You can go to the Science Gallery. You can even be part of the AI Ambassador program here at ACME and discuss AI ethics. You can look at responsible AI. You can start thinking about how you can put that into your work, and you can connect with people in your professions. Okay, my last thing I'm going to talk about. Does everyone remember digital parenting, where we were really worried about, all the digital stuff that was happening with kids? I think we should flip it. And now I think we should have AI as our baby, because AI really is a baby, and it needs a lot of parenting. It needs values and vision and coaching. It makes mistakes, it falls over, it runs into walls. And if we are able to look after AI and we can be really good parents to AI, then I think that we can actually have this incredible power tool that can rejuvenate our society. And thank you for being such a great audience.